round 2 after that shower of shite yesterday. Do you know what I thought? This was a good blend. Us three to go through it again. Obviously, Andy, you went on yesterday. Me and Adam went after the game. You obviously were meant to come on. I know you were busy yesterday. Probably, I bet you were fucking made up, actually, lad. You were busy. But you know what, Adam, how are you?
Still the same, I reckon. Still the same from yesterday. Still a bit pissed off. A bit pissed off from it. But yeah. Have to go again, and talk about it. Because more and more we talk about it, at least we can get stuff off our chest, can't we? So, let's go.
Yeah. And we've spoke. I know you've been a bit vocal on Twitter today. I've seen your comments a few, as you know. I've liked a few comments. But obviously, I didn't hear your feedback yesterday. Because, as I say, you were meant to come on. We were going to have the show, weren't we? A few of the boys. You obviously had some guests, I think, at your house, which is fair enough.
The worst day, mate.
How are you? Do you know what?
Entertain people.
Give us your thoughts how you are and go into what you thought of it.
Yeah,
I've got some topics I want to go through, but I want to get you just overall quick feedback.
Yeah, listen, it's just the same old thing for me, mate. I've felt for a long time, me and you've had discussions. I've had discussions with Adam when we was on the WhatsApp group. I've just felt for a long time structurally this team defensively is not great. We can see too many goals. You pointed something out, Ben, when I said to you, it's probably since February that this has started setting in. But the difference is we were outscoring goals. We were outscoring opponents and winning the games. We're winning the games 3-2 or 4-2 or whatever. But now we're not scoring the goals and it's exposing us and we're losing the games. We should have. The first half against Palace, we were poor. We know that. But we managed to get back in the game. But we missed so many chances in that game. Chelsea, same. Crap. Conceded 2. But we, again, missed lots of chances. And yesterday against Man United, some people think we deserve to lose. Me personally, I don't think we deserve to lose the game yesterday. I thought we created enough opportunities in the match to win 3 matches. I watched the highlights again today. I mean, Gakpo should have scored 4. Ekitike could have had at least 1. Mo Salah, I don't know what planet he was on yesterday and what he was thinking about. Three times he could have squared the ball in the box to 2 players standing by themselves. Everyone's making out United was some sort of masterclass yesterday. We showed a masterclass in how not to finish. But it's the same old thing again. We just look defensively so bad as a structure. And I've been thinking about it today, and I've been looking at what Arne's been doing, especially this season. He's completely gone away from the deep lying midfielders of Gravenberch and McAllister, where they used to control the game with the ball. But more importantly, what they used to do is they used to cover the fullbacks, the right back and the left back. Now them fullbacks are completely exposed, and everyone's getting on their case like Kirkes. Kirkes is a 21-year-old kid. He needs a bit of help. Do you understand what I mean? Even Conor Bradley or Frimpong, whoever wants to play there, they're all getting exposed because he's not playing the deep lying midfield anymore. He's completely changed the dynamic of the midfield, and I've got no idea why he has. And when you sent me that team yesterday, about 20 minutes, 30 minutes before it was even announced, I said to you, why is he selecting that same team that was complete shite against fucking Chelsea? And he even changed it at half-time against Chelsea. He put Wirtz on at half-time. Why is he selecting the same team, mate?
I know.
I just fucking fumed.
So many questions like that, though, isn't it, Andy? Of like,
why?
Why? Yeah, there's a load of why. Why?
Yeah.
It is mad. I totally agree with everything you just said, to be fair, mate. It's absolutely baffling at the minute. How he's just, I said before to Ben, it's like he's just gone 360 with the midfield. They're all free roll. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Go on.
I still find it baffling, actually. Like he's, we've come up a few times now, 3-4-3 or 3-5-2. With the overloading of the midfields and shit like that. I can't believe he left Gravenberch in midfield on his own and told Mac and Shambolic to go and get in the front line and fucking clutter it all. And I just can't get my head around that. Adam, like, for instance, we talked last night, a bit more fucking heat in the moment at the time. obviously just come off the back of it. Andy, you know what it's like as well when you after the game and you're more fucking irate.
Yeah.
Today, I'm more fucking pissed off as well.
Me too.
I mean? I haven't really cooled down off it because I'm like, they are shite. Now, look, I understand. Adam, we've had the chat all day as well. I understand what Andy's saying. We had chances to win the game, but I just think you cannot have that shower of shit turn up to Anfield and let them have that many chances. We could have been 2-0. Do you know we were 2-0 down in that fucking first half? He may as well have just told everyone to go home.
Yeah.
Listen, it doesn't help though as well. Like that we are going a goal down and he's throwing. I thought it was a positive that he throws loads of tackles on and goes for it. It could be a bit of a hindrance at the minute that we're throwing too many attackers on, because then when defensively, last minutes and all that, we look shite. We look all over the place even more. Because then there was 3 at the back post yesterday, and because that got 7 attackers on the pitch. It's not.
Yeah.
So is that a hindrance that he's going too much the other way of we're 1-0 down, we need to throw all these attackers on? Maybe a bit of calm, maybe a bit of that. I don't know.
100%. Calm is the most important word. That's something we never had yesterday. We weren't composed at all in the match. And Verge said something which was very interesting. I read because they do a load of interviews with a load of different TV companies.
Yeah.
And I saw his interview he done with that is that Viaplay, whoever they are, Jan Fjortoft, whatever his name is. Yeah, and he turned around and said maybe we're just a little bit too frantic at the moment to try and win a game of football, because obviously they've lost the last 3, and that's what it felt like yesterday. We got back into the game yesterday, which we should have anyway. We missed so many chances, but when we did get back into the game, that's when we should have been calm, because Man United's arseholes would have gone by then.
Yeah.
But we would like the goal that they scored. That was a classic example of what Adam just said. Too many fucking attacking players on the pitch.
Not enough defense.
The corners come in and they've all fucking run out to try and catch them on the break, and left 3 fucking players in the box.
Yeah, R2 fucking walked out and left the extra 2 at the back, didn't he?
Exactly. And you know what? I do admire Arne, throwing the kitchen sink at us getting in games, and he's done it. Fair play to him. He's done it 3 games in a row, where against Palace, against Chelsea, and against United yesterday. But the problem is, after we get them goals, we completely lose our composure, and we try and we think we can go and get the second just like that. No, it don't work like that.
Yeah.
He just needs to go back to fucking basics, mate. The basics are going back to the dynamic that won you the league last year. You've now added an elite number 10 to that. So what the fuck is the problem, mate? Play McAllister and Gravenberch, or if you want to drop McAllister, play Dom with Gravenberch as a deep line midfielder, so you could cover your fullback so you're not fucking exposed all the time, and put Wirtz in the number 10. What the fuck is the issue, mate?
I know.
He's showing frailties with these new players, lads, and at times it's looking like some of them are above his fucking pay grade. And the club won't stand for that, Andy. We've had talks today. I've been speaking to Andy about it. Adam, you can't have 200 million of data-driven signings, Adam, on the bench, can you? Ekatike and Wirtz, they've got to be playing for Liverpool, lads. Simple as that.
It doesn't even matter that the 200 million, lads.
No, I know. Liverpool, it does, because they don't do that.
No, I know. My point
you heard Slot mention the money recently.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. But my point is, Ekatike is the best forward at the minute at the club. He should be on the pitch. Wirtz, as you just said, is the best number 10 at the club. So why aren't we playing him? So yeah, I agree. Obviously, 200 million. The owners won't be happy that their signings are on the bench. Yeah, I get all that. But let's just in the team, the 2 best players, when they come on, half an hour to go, we actually looked half all right then. Yeah. Going forward. So that's the main problem, innit? It's the main problem of not getting your best players on the pitch.
It is. Andy, do you know what? Touching back on it, you brought it up the lineup. I'd sent it to you yesterday. If you were fucked off, I was fucked off, and a lot of the fan base. Adam, you were at the game. You said people weren't happy about it.
Yeah, it was like we were going into the ground like on a downer.
Yeah,
Man United was jumping up and down when they seen Liverpool's team sheet. Then, and ultimately, do you know what? That team is more of an away type of team. Going back to your old roots, a bit more familiarity in the team. he didn't need to do that against Man United. Man United were there to be got and we were fucking laboured and pedestrian. And, you know, you've just talked about going through, sticking in the two little pivot. Obviously, because they were moving side to side, a lot more covering people's asses last year. I just don't know why he's changed it, lad. A question for you then, Andy. Because obviously I've had more of a chat with Adam on this point last night. But do you think he's testing it out a bit more because he's got a bit more credit in the bank to trying new things this year?
Yeah, he is doing it. But you said, sorry, Ben, just quickly, but answer that properly. Even that team that he picked yesterday, if he plays the normal system, we will still control that football match and not be so exposed. But what he done yesterday is he left fucking Gravenberch by himself in midfield as a 6, pushed McAllister and Dom in a front. We played with a front 5 yesterday. Why are you congesting? Where's Alexander Isak going to get the ball? The only one time he got the ball was when Konate threaded a lovely through ball into him. That's the only time Isak got a chance to run in behind Maguire, because everything was just so fucking congested. So even with that lineup, Ben, although I was disappointed, and like Adam said, some of the fans were growling at it, he still should have played the normal fucking system, mate, because we would have fucking trounced them. But he just congested it too much, overcomplicated it, as he's been doing all fucking season. But yeah, that is, I'd say, because he's won the league and he's got so many options, maybe he's thinking, I don't need to win the fucking league this year, and I'm going to try things because I won the league in my first season. That's maybe. I'm hoping that Arne isn't thinking that and he wants to win back to back. But one thing's for sure, mate. He's got to go back to base. He's got to go back to what made us solid and gave us that foundation to win the football matches, because it's been so evident, man. I mean, I looked at the fixtures from February onwards, mate. We conceded nearly 2 goals a game, lads. I know it's crazy to say because we won a lot of them games, but you're still conceding. Like, the Spurs game we were talking about on the group, Ben, last year when we won that game 6-3. Yeah, if you remember correctly, we were 5-1 up in that match and absolutely cruising, and Spurs scored 3 goals to make it 5-3. And if you remember, they nearly made it 5-4 as well in that match. And we ended up. But it was from then that really this team has lost that desire to fucking stop conceding goals, man. It's like we're conceding goals for fun, mate.
Shit goals, Andy. It's not even good goals, is it?
Yeah, like yesterday's goal. All right, listen, Maka got a head injury, and I don't know for the life of me why the ref is not blowing up for a head injury, because it's I've heard people saying, yeah, but it was Virgil that hit him in the head. Who gives a fuck, mate? It's a fucking head injury. Yeah, right. It's like it's a head injury. The referee, it's right in front of the referee. But even if the ref don't see it, the fourth official can, right? But even still, why is Verge allowing a player he literally watched him go past him? And I'm thinking it's just a complete miscommunication, because Verge is probably looking across the line where you can see both fullbacks are in line with him. He probably passed him on. But Konate went with him. And that just shows me how this team is so out of tune in defending. Yeah. It's poor, man. It's poor.
It is.
Yeah, they've been the most disappointing, I think, Virgil and Konate. What's happened to their partnership? What's happened to their partnership?
I think that was his worst game for Liverpool yesterday, Virgil van Dijk. That's the worst I've seen Virgil.
Yeah, but Adam, quickly, sorry, Ben, I cut you off. Don't you think a lot of that is because how Arne is now exposing our defence with how he's playing the midfield? I mean, Gravenberch.
I feel sorry for Virgil like that on midfield, but even stuff like that, though, ends up like not being on line with each other. He was catching people offside last season a lot like that, and just a bit like that, like covering each other, but within a bit of a zigzag at the back.
We were facing the ball a lot last year. This time it's like they just turn around and start running back towards the fucking goal. The first goal, right, where I fucking lost patience with Virgil. He knew he fucking twatted Maka down, and then he still went for the ball and missed the ball, and the ball goes round him, and then automatically he's fucking chasing back to goal. Yeah. That similar goal was similar to the one at fucking the first game of the season against Bournemouth. Konate was looking the fucking opposite way. Didn't have a clue where the fucking goal was. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Spino just put it in the corner. It's like it's like schoolboy defending, isn't it? And it's so easy.
Yeah, sorry, but is that because, Ben, of how exposed that back four is now, in terms of there's like Gravenberch would usually maybe cover that run that Mbuemo made. You know what I mean? In behind Verge, if he's going up for a header, Gravenberch would usually cover around there. I just think everyone's so far high up now that you're literally just leaving like literally a 4-on-2 because the two fullbacks are high as well where they want to go and attack. But because you're not playing the deep line midfielders anymore, they're not covering the fullback positions. And I just think everyone is just in a fucking mess, mate.
It's just empty space everywhere for opposition to exploit.
All them pictures you see on Twitter now of like just massive gaps.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, I know. And that's it, isn't it? Of like, what is the system? I couldn't tell you.
It's strange. Look, if you're just joining us now, make sure you smash a like and subscribe. It does help with the algorithm and that. If you've got any questions, fire them in for the lads and I'll get them read out. But look, Nick's saying here, it's crazy. It feels like Slot and McAllister have been space jammed. Andy, that's a word you use a lot. It makes me laugh. Slot used to be a tactical genius last season. In-game tactics won us games. This season is a fucking joke. Dick always saying, amount of times we get opened up by a single ball is insane. Lad, I can't get my head around that. I'm going to put this one across to you both, actually. This is about Slot in particular. Adam, we've had a talk today. Andy, we've spoke about it. I want to go to Adam first. These managers these days are arrogant and, you know, they just won't change the ways, Adam, isn't it? But do you know what? If Slot puts the right players on the pitch, automatically it should improve, shouldn't it? Andy said if he sticks with this, what he did best last year, but puts the right players on, it automatically should improve. Why isn't he fucking seeing it?
Yeah. That's my worry at the minute, you know, because I thought Slot last season was brilliant tactically, substitutions, change of games. And he genuinely was, wasn't he? And like what Andy's saying there, why can't he just do this, do that? And that's what worries me, that he hasn't seen it yet. That like he's we're in a stage here of 4 defeats. We were 3 the other day. So in them 3 games, he should have changed it. But he's not changed it. That's a worry for me. That is a worry because you've had plenty of time to see it. We can all see it. Why is he not changing it? So where he's saying, as you say there, that's too rigid. I think it's too stubborn. It's just too stubborn. He's got this way now of, I don't know, is it a PSG style he wants to fucking do? I don't know what it is. And he's besotted with it. Maybe this is the way he wants to play. But if he sticks with this, it's gonna lose his job, and that's painful to say.
Ultimately, look, you know what? We've had a talk today, Andy. There's no two ways around it. We've spoke about it, haven't we? You know, can managers get sacked and stuff like that? I'll be honest. You are right in the aspect of what you've said to me. Like FSG don't do that, but also I think they have changed their ways slightly as they've gone on. They've gone on, do you know what I mean? More money's come in. And I think you'll even admit, Andy, look, you can't keep fucking losing. It's as simple as that.
No, of course not.
And Andy, look, we've been fucking very vocal together over the years with regards to spending. If they're willing to spend 450 million, they'd be willing to pull the plug on any fucking person. Doesn't matter. Andy, you know them from, you know, you've had friends at Liverpool over the years, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to go into names, do you know what I mean? But I mean, you know what they're like. And they won't be fucked around if they don't think it's working. And certainly Michael Edwards and that, he has to be careful, though, Andy. He does. And you know what? Adam said to me last night, because I weren't at the game, as you know, yesterday, but Adam was. He said the only time he really sang was fucking Ekatike's name. If that's starting already, Andy, so early on that the crowd are singing for a player that's not on the pitch, he's going to have a bit of a problem, isn't he?
Yeah. No, listen, there's no doubt about it, mate. I mean, if the next 6 games, Frankfurt away, Brentford away, we could quite easily lose them as well. By the way, if we carry on doing what he's doing, and then we've got Palace in the cup, which they're probably going to put a stronger team than what we're going to put out, so that could be another defeat. And then your next 3 after that are Villa, Madrid, and City. So after them 6 games, don't get me wrong, he could win all them 6 games.
Yeah,
he could win all them 6 games.
But got the players.
If he don't, then you're talking about 10 defeats in a row. Now, 10 defeats in a row is not a crisis. That's a fucking abomination, mate. Yeah, right. And one thing I said to you after the Chelsea game, Ben, I think players questioned Arne for the first time when at 1-1, and I've said this a few times on the pod, and I've mentioned it on Twitter a few times. At 1-1, Virgil van Dijk, all these players are thinking, we're in control now, we're going to win this. And he goes and takes off McAllister and puts on fucking Endo. Right? The minute he made that sub, I was with a house full of Liverpool fans. I said, we're going to fucking lose this. It was like the message was not only sent to our players, it was sent to Chelsea. Oh, fucking hell. This lot want to draw. And Chelsea just went on. And Chelsea could have scored 3 or 4 after that, by the way. Forget the last minute winner. They could have scored 3 or 4 after that.
Yeah.
And I think once players start questioning the manager, it starts setting in.
It's game over then, isn't it? It's hard to get it back.
Yeah, exactly. The point I'm trying to make is our players would have looked at Florian Wirtz on the bench yesterday and thought, why is he on the bench? Yeah. Federico Chiesa, he must put it so hard into training, that guy. And yet he's not getting rewarded. Players start questioning these things, mate. And once you start questioning the manager, no matter what fucking system he plays, that's when shit goes wrong all the time in matches. Once you start questioning the manager, and I believe players are definitely questioning the manager.
Do you know what, Adam? It is. I do agree with Andy. I definitely think there is a few probably players in there that aren't too happy. And like Gary's saying here, he won't change. I don't know if he's blinded by stupidity, but everyone will have an opinion on it. But
he just thinks he's right, doesn't he? He just thinks he's right, doesn't he?
He thinks he's right. That's the stubbornness of the managers these days, Adam, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's Dutch.
And he's Dutch, yeah. And that's what they like, Andy.
Is that something? Do you know what I spoke to you boys earlier as well? It's something that fucking winds me up with Virgil at times. And I love Virgil, but when he makes a mistake, he's looking around like, fuck off to other players and that. When you made the mistake, lad. Stop looking. And that's something yesterday, Adam, in the comments, we spoke about it before. One in particular, which pissed me off, was fucking, Gakpo, he said, if we were 3-0 up, Gakpo scores that. And I'm like, doesn't matter the fucking scoreline, lad.
Yeah, that was poor.
Fucking nonsense like that. That was like a Brendan Rodgers type of comment, and that pissed me off, that shit. And we spoke about it, Adam. One thing with Klopp, he would take the flak and say, I
take the blame. Yeah, he'd take the blame away from the players, wouldn't he? And he'd put it all on him. And then as fans, we used to love that because we'd be like, right, he's took ownership type thing.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to let Slot down, because it's all excuses. His first things he said when he got into the press conference was going on about long balls and low block again. And you're like,
that annoyed me.
Stop it.
We fucking have that every game.
Stop
just
it
fuck
now.
off.
But it's not an excuse though, is it? Just stop it.
Exactly.
It's just I think it's just excuses, and it sounds stupid now.
Adam, it wasn't even a low block, mate. We created about 10 chances. If it's a low block, you don't create chances, mate.
Yeah, I don't even think he long balled it, to be fair. I don't think he played a long ball.
Well, have you seen that embarrassing stat today? We played more longer balls than Man United yesterday.
Well, yeah, there you go then.
Yeah, we played a higher percentage of longer balls than Man United yesterday.
Yeah.
That's someone's been putting that out on Twitter all fucking day.
They never came with the low block, Andy, because they changed the front line to get Sesko.
Exactly.
And they would have done that target man type of shit. But
100%.
That's why I couldn't get it. He got it. He said, didn't he? Like, it's not the first time a team's changed the front line against us. Why are we worrying about other fucking teams?
Exactly. What Ben? The only team that has played a low block against us this season is Burnley. Burnley away, where they had no strikers, mate. Yeah. Every other team has not played a fucking low block. He's talking absolute shite. He's making fucking excuses. And the thing is as well, you talked about when he called out Gakpo yesterday, who, by the way, Gakpo wasn't bad at all yesterday. I think he tried. He fucking tried. He a couple of lovely shots which hit the post. Unlucky on another day they nestle into the net. But he also called out Frimpong against Crystal Palace when we conceded that last minute goal. When he said Frimpong ran out, didn't he? He didn't mention a name, but it was Frimpong.
It was him, yeah. It was him.
Well, he's done it again now. Like we've just been saying now.
Yeah, you know what? Let's not go into the Klopp thing, but one thing Jurgen never did. was he always blamed himself for a defeat, even when it was pretty evident sometimes.
Because he wanted so much out of the players, lad, and if you
Yeah,
pissed him off, that's tops.
Exactly. Even when you knew it was blatantly a player's fault in a certain game that lost us a match, Klopp would never fucking bury him. And listen, Arne Slot he's got a lot of fucking soul searching to do in this next 6 games. We spoke about it on the preview, mate, when me and you called a fucking 3 and a 4-0 win. All right.
We're the tickets.
Yeah. Wait, you know, I questioned why he was on holiday. Yeah. Why the fuck are you going on holiday, mate, to Dubai? This is the sort of shit Brendan Rodgers used to do. And I know that for a fact, Ben. You know that I know that for a fact. Because
that goes back to what we talked about.
My mate used to work for Liverpool at the time of Brendan Rodgers. Yeah. And some of the stuff I used to hear was fucking ludicrous. Why is a manager who's just lost 3 games on the fucking bounce going on a holiday? All right, go on a holiday for a week, mate. Go on holiday for 5 days with your family. But you come back and I know, you know, people might think I'm being fucking stupid, but this for me counts a lot. This shows me, you know, this shows me a manager wants to fucking put things right. We've just lost 3 in a fucking row, mate. Yeah. We've just lost 3 in a fucking row, and you're going on holiday during an international break when there's already
get back with the players who are already there.
There's first team players at training already. With a week to go, there was first team players back at training. Yeah. Why are you on fucking holiday, mate? Who the fuck do you think you are going on holiday? Do you know what I mean?
I genuinely think
I said this on Anfield Index the other day. It was like, this was before this defeat and shit like that. And it's like, we're not taking it fucking serious since we've won the league. We took our foot off the gas. We're on fucking sun lounges and fucking drinking fucking cocktails. Well, it needs to fucking liven up. Just because you win one league title doesn't mean that's the end of it. You've completed it fucking all. No fucking chance. Yeah. Like, I don't want to see Liverpool win one and then go fucking dropping off and then trying to find it again. Once you lose the title, it's so hard to go and get it back. Do you know what I mean? Fucking let's get serious. Ultimately, we're still in with a shout. Still only a few games. But fuck, Adam, make no mistake about it. I want your thoughts on this, because you know you are optimistic and you want the positivity, but carry on like this shit to be fucking well out of it very soon.
Yeah, and that is the thing, isn't it? It's all right saying, just keep close to them and then let's let the team gel and stuff like that.
Like that already.
You've got to keep close. That's the main thing, lads. You're losing games, so we're getting further and further away. And like Andy just said, the games are coming thick and fast, and they're not fucking easy. They're not easy at all.
No,
if he's going on about long balls and that, well, we're going to have an absolute torrid time against Brentford, aren't we? So,
that's their game. That's their game as well.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, they are the epitome of everything that Arne's been moaning about. They're fucking good with long throws, and they're good at set pieces. Well, we're fucked then. We're losing 10-0 by the sounds of it on fucking Saturday. No, you know what? I'm with. I totally get that, Ben. You know, we could. I said it to you earlier on today. Within 3 or 4 games, we could be out of the title race completely.
That's the sad thing, and that shit is pissing me off. The thought of it.
Yeah, and then what happens after that is a mental thing, because the players know there's going to be no chance of winning the title, and then all of a sudden it becomes a top 4 battle. Yeah,
and then like that, and when you've got nothing to play for.
Yeah, exactly, and then. You know, there's a bit. I personally, I'm hoping that the team doesn't get to that stage of. I'm hoping that we're still touching the likes of Man City and Arsenal, even if it's 2 or 3 points. I don't mind if it's 2 or 3 points, because I look at the players that we've got, and I know that when you've got players like Isak, Verts, Ekitike, Cody Gakpo, even Mo Salah, he's having a torrid time at the moment. But you'd like to think there's going to be at one stage of the season when Mo's going to click into fucking gear.
Just a couple of goals here and there is enough for Mo when we've got other players to score.
Exactly. Just them players there. If you're in touching distance of winning something, you know that we've got a great chance with them players. But we don't want to get to the stage where it gets to 8 points, 9 points, because
no.
You look at this Arsenal team, although they're fucking terrible in terms of, you know, their way of trying to beat teams. I mean, they scored from another corner. I think they're second or third from bottom from open play goals this year. But the one thing you will say about Arsenal, mate, is they ain't losing a game like yesterday. In fact,
no.
They ain't losing a game, any game like we've lost so far this season. The 4 that we've lost, Arsenal ain't losing them games because they're so fucking solid as a football team.
Because he leaves you alone, Andy. He fucking doesn't mess around with it at the back. You know, they're all familiar with each other. No,
there you go.
In, out.
Exactly. And we did it again yesterday, didn't we? We changed the fullback again yesterday in the match. Why?
And then, Shambolic went right back and fucking Frimpong right in. What is going on?
Yeah. It's all over the place, mate. It's like someone's playing FIFA, mate.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like someone's playing FIFA and they're losing in a game and they're pausing it and changing formations. Oh, what can we do here? He's fucking about with the team too much, man. He's got too many options and it's gone above his head. Don't know what to do with them. I've said it before. Start of the season, start of the pod. Just go back to basics, man. Play your team. Even the team that you selected yesterday, that's good enough to beat Man United.
100%.
But play in the right way. Play the system. Yeah. Why are you playing Maka and Dom in the front 5, man? It's almost like a disrespect, if I'm being honest. I don't like disrespecting opponents, whoever they fucking are. Even if it's Man United, whoever it is. Play our game, man.
We're worrying too much about opposition, and that's going to fucking kill them. That. I don't know what your thoughts on this. We'll move into the segments. Mo Salah, how long will Slot persist with him? Because he's either look, he out of form, or could he be finished? It's one of them, and it's a long stretch of games that he's hardly scoring goals at him. You know what I mean? It dates back to last season. Something has to change, mate, because ultimately you can't keep having players on the bench who are deserving of a start. I think Hayes is worthy of a start now, Adam. He's done too many good things. Ekatike needs to start. For me, Isak, I know people are fucking moaning about it, but I wouldn't be taking him out the fucking firing line either. How can you? So, what's he going to do with Mo?
It's hard, isn't it? Because as fans as well, you take the sentimental out of it. He deserves not to play. Like, let's be honest, let's just forget he's Mo Salah for a minute and just look at his performances. Then he should have been dragged off ages ago. Like, and Kaiser should be starting, like you said, or I say Ekatike, Isak, whatever. But then, like, when I'm still naming a team, I've got to be honest, I'm still naming Salah in the team because it's fucking Mo Salah, and I reckon that's where he's going wrong as well.
He's still thinking that way, isn't he?
He's still thinking of it's still Salah. Like, will it click and he comes back to being Mo Salah? I don't know. So I can actually sympathise a little bit with Slot that it's still Mo Salah. So he's a bit like, I've got to get him inside because he could score or he can do something. But let's look at the bigger picture and watch the performances.
Now he's also 33, 34, isn't he?
Well, that's it. And watch the performances. He's a bit of a hindrance at the minute. A bit of a hindrance for us. And that's where he's got to grow a set, I think, Slot now. And I don't want to just see it against Frankfurt like he did against Galatasaray.
He'll be in big games, Adam, where it matters.
I half want to see it against Brentford. I want to see it in a proper game. But yeah, I just think if I'm going to be deadly honest, he's not going to drop him. He's still going to play. So that's what I reckon it's going to happen, mate.
Andy, like Dicko's saying here, drop Mo at Liverpool Football Club, not Mo Salah FC, and that's the opinion of me. And look, it pains me to say it, Andy. I don't want anyone to think we're just going to fucking talk major shit about him, but ultimately, I think players in that team are probably thinking, fucking hell, he's looking finished a bit. And at the end of the day, Andy, Liverpool's problem is because the manager's not picking the players that are on form. And if you don't keep playing that, if you keep going that way, Andy, you're going to have major problems. This is the season where he's trying to plan for no Salah. Because this will be his last year. It has to be. Do you know what I mean? With regards, you can kind of see it. And I think Liverpool invested the money with the salaries, thinking that a big bid's going to come from Saudi at the end of the year. Let's make no mistake about it. We spoke about it the other day. But at the end of the day, mate, Slot has got the perfect opportunity this year, Andy, because now that the contract's signed, he doesn't have to fucking play people that he didn't have to last year. He was in an awkward position last year with Virgil, Trent, and fucking Mo Salah when they were out of contract, with the remaining few months. So now he can do what he wants. And he's fallen into that trap of just playing the same shit over and over again. It's just not working. What do you think he needs to do with Mo?
For starters, I'd actually be playing him in the Champions League games rather than the Premier League games. So I would have probably dropped him yesterday, although I did have him in my lineup. But with Frankfurt in mind, I would be playing him against Frankfurt. I'll be playing him in all the Champions League games because it's a little bit slower than the Premier League, in terms of, how we play European sides and stuff. It's not as
relentless in the Prem nowadays.
Yeah, it's a little bit relentless in the Prem. Even if you're up against crap defenders, they still fucking on you like a dog on a bone, man. Whereas the Champions League, I think it'll be better for him to play in them games, start in them games, and then bring him on as an impact sub in a Premier League game where defenders are a bit more tired and he's got that energy still to do his thing, that what he was doing last year. That's what I would do with him. But he's also just clearly off form, lads. Yeah. He's clearly off form. He's mentally not been there for me since the start of the season. He looks like something's on his head. Whether it's the Diogo Jota thing, I'm not sure. Like I said to you before, Ben, we tend to forget about that Diogo Jota thing sometimes when results don't go our way. It's had a massive impact. Did you see? I don't know if you guys saw the Jurgen Klopp interview with. Did you see when Jurgen spoke about Diogo? He broke down, man. He broke down, and he said that's how our players might be thinking. So I don't know whether that's playing a bit of a thing with Mo, because he's clearly a fit guy. He trains. He's always in the gym. He looks like a fucking chiseled
shit Sunday League player, is he?
You know what I mean? Like he's a chiseled Egyptian god, isn't he? The way he looks and stuff. But at the end of the day, mate, I think it is time now to give others an opportunity. And Chiesa, for instance, I said a tweet. I wrote a tweet yesterday. I posted. It's the hatred that Arne has got for Chiesa at the moment. It's clear that he doesn't like Chiesa. It's clear. That's going to get him in. That's going to get him in trouble, mate.
I'll tell you what, lads. I'll be honest. I put a tweet about it. Chiesa handling is going to start a wildfire for him if he doesn't sort this out. And also Florian Wirtz's handling of it, because I don't think he's handled him at all well. But Adam, I want to talk about this actually. I did note it down, and Andy's just brought it up. I thought you would bring it up about the emotional side of Mo. A topic that's caused a bit of discussion within the fan base, and it's about the Jota's song on the 20th minute. Now you were in the ground yesterday. The song's going off, everyone's up, which is great, But is it time where they need to just knock it on its head a bit, because the drop off it's reminding players, Adam. What's your thoughts on it? You were in there yesterday, because they kind of just lost the way a bit after it again.
Yeah, you can say they lost the way about it, but we were shy before it as well, to be fair. But I do think that we need to stop reminding of it all now. Not to be not sentimental about it, but it is just reminding us. It's just reminding us all of it all the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't want to be. You want to be singing, roaring them on, instead of being all unhappy. And I don't know. I don't think it's a celebration. How we're doing it. It's a bit. You know what I mean? It's more.
The lads are down, aren't they? The lads are down in the dumps about it, as we all are as a club.
Yeah.
But you've got to we've now got to put the focus on the players on the pitch now, because they're struggling. Andy, they are struggling, and there's only so much you can keep reminding people, do you know what I mean? I don't know, I think it's obviously not helping the team, Andy, is it? The constant reminder of it.
Yeah, listen, I think even in Jurgen's interview today, he said players are going into the training ground and they're reminded constantly about it anyway, because he's not there, and then when you're fully concentrated on a football match, and then on the 20th minute the Diogo song comes into the crowd, automatically, if you're a player and you're hearing that, you're automatically thinking of Diogo again, and it makes you sad, doesn't it? It gives you it's hard to say a negative thing, because there's nothing negative about remembering a family member or a loved one. Do you know what I mean? But it still mentally would drain you. Yeah. But I think the issue with it, though, Ben, is just so fresh still, isn't it? And You know, when you go into a stadium, you almost want to do it on the 20th minute because you don't want to forget Diogo, but then you've also got but then you do also don't want to really remind the players when their full focus is on a football match.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a hard.
Yesterday, like we were on the attack when it happened.
And
like so we're all stood up.
Dominic Szoboszlai, wasn't it?
Yeah, and something happened anyway, and then it didn't come off, and then I'm like completely forgot about this clap and was like, oh for fuck's sake. And
exactly.
Then, so do you know what I mean? It's just a bit.
It's hard, man. The whole situation's hard, man. The whole situation with fans as well and players, it's difficult. And going back to Mo, I think he said something so interesting, didn't he? He was the only player that said it as well. He's scared of coming back to Liverpool for the first time ever in his career. What I think he meant about that is just a daily reminder that his mate ain't going to be there.
Klopp said it was Salah that wanted to bring Jota in as well.
Apparently, I didn't even know this, but apparently they were like the closest of the close.
Yeah, Costas as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Costas, because Costas and Mo were really close. I could see where that link was, to be honest. And apparently they used to be around each other's houses and stuff like that. So, this is what I mean about Mo Salah. I've got no issues with his fitness levels and stuff like that because the guy's a machine. But he's obviously going through a time now where his brain is just clouded with something. And even yesterday, Ben, he had 3 opportunities yesterday. Mo Salah, who actually last year had a lot of assists.
Yeah,
he's easily passing that ball square to Wirtz a couple of times and Chiesa, and he just snatched at a chance. I don't know. It's just his head is clouded at the moment. He needs to be taken out. He needs to be taken out.
He needs to be took out of the spotlight and not.
Couple of games, man. And bring him on. Bring him on.
Yeah. As well, though, if he is affected by it, which Klopp said something in his interview, didn't he? Basically asking your players like about personal, how are you? Basically said today, isn't he, on that interview? Said if anyone's saying them bad or whatever, he'd say to them, "What's up?" Like, okay. And a question for you then. Do you reckon that's what we should be doing? We should be going to him. Are you okay to play? Because if you're not, we just let's take you out the side for a little bit.
They should.
And there might be a couple of players who say, "Do you know what? I'm not up for it. I'm not up for it," and they're just playing for the sake of it. I think I don't know.
There will be players whose heads are up their arse. Do you know what I mean? Look, the problem is it's all well and good going away on internationals. To them, they're probably made up to get out of the way for a bit. Do you know what I mean? Come out of the fucking heat, the spotlight, the constant reminders. It's like a little fucking holiday for them. Do you know what I mean? You see what Salah was like fucking, when he went away. They come back and then that happens again. And when you're having a shit time, the bad thoughts come in, don't they? And the fucking the Jota thing. And, you know, someone like Mo, he probably needs a big goal to get him fucking kick-started, Andy, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I said it to you, didn't I, Ben? I said it to you. I said to you, it's the happiest I saw him away on international duty, man, for a long, long time. And then, you're right, he comes back into training and he's obviously been reminded of stuff again and it's fucked his head up. But I don't know, mate. It's a strange one. But Adam said something there, and this is something I always questioned about Arne. Arne is, don't get me wrong, I think he's an excellent manager. He proved last year with his tactical stuff that he did in game before a game, although that's not come to fruition so far this season. But one thing I always said about him, he looks like a robot to me. He doesn't. Jurgen Klopp was a people's man.
Yeah.
He was a father figure. I don't see that with Arne. I don't see him.
He's closed himself off or not, Johnny.
Yeah, I don't see him pulling players to the side like a Verge or a Mo and saying, "Are you okay? Do you need a bit of time?" Do you know? Like with Alisson when he lost his old his dad. You know, Jurgen personally, was on the phone, and I'm not saying Arne wouldn't do this, but for a fact that Jurgen would, and he did.
Yeah, you wouldn't even question it, would you?
Yeah, he told Alisson he could take the rest of the season off if he wanted. He didn't care about fucking football at that time. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Arne, I think, is a bit of a robot with certain things like that. And listen, this would have definitely affected Arne as well. Imagine a manager that just won the Premier League. Everyone is fucking buzzing. They're all on a bus together in a city with 1 million people, and then 4 weeks later, you've lost one of your talisman. You know, and it did also affect, you know, which is very important. This, because I watched that Klopp interview today, and he said something which is so fucking true. It definitely affected the transfer window, because I don't believe Isak or Ekitike would be at the club, both of them together.
Slot said that to Ali McCoist, you know. Watch his interview with Ali McCoist. He basically says he names the 4 signings and then goes, and then we have to sign Ekitike. That's what he said.
There you go.
Watch that.
Yeah. And that could be harming how he wants to put out his teams.
I don't believe they expected Ekitike to hit the ground running as quickly.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Andy, we spoke about it because you were watching them a lot, and you kept saying to me, "Just keep watching them." And you'll admit you're probably fucking shocked.
Yeah. 100%.
Mate, listen, I knew Hugo Ekitike was a good player. Yeah. But I didn't think that he would. I always said to you, I rate him as a 40-50 million pound striker still.
Fucking hell, he looks a big, you know, as he was,
but you know, he's a 70-80 million pound player now, and Arne's got a big issue on his hands because he's just spent 120 on Isak. You can't be having an 80 million pound player on the bench too. So, you know, everything that happened in the summer is just culminated in so many fuck ups, man, with how players are thinking, their mentality, the manager, how he's thinking, his mentality. It's a bit of a mess, mate. It's a bit of a mess.
Where are we all though at the minute right now of like, again, let's go back to that Klopp interview there. He's saying like, it's going to take time. Let's whatever, blah, blah, blah. How are you feeling like right now going into like, say Wednesday now, how are you feeling, Ben, about like in general?
The game, you mean?
Well, not just the game. I mean, the situation of 4 defeats. And where does this go, lad? Are we turning around? Are we? We're not slot out, but I like to say like slot sorted out. That's what I like to say.
Slot fucking fixed up. Yeah. Look, I think with me is he's fucked himself now because he's got to go very strong midweek, and I think he would have liked to have rotated a few players. Jürgen did. We know that. Arnie did last year, but now it's like fucking hell. They've all got to play because he can't afford to come away from there without a win. I don't believe a draw is okay, but it's not great, is it? Liverpool should be fucking beating Frankfurt for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? Shite. So we're Liverpool Football Club. Everyone at the start of the season was thinking, fuck me, the big 2 could be coming this year because the players we brought in, blah blah blah. I was thinking that. I thought I fancy us big time this year. However, that's not going to help. If he has enough, look, I'll be honest. I'm not slot out. No one is here. But what we are is, I am concerned by it. And look, we know how FSG are. They don't react, but ultimately they're a different FSG now. I want them to sort it out. I do trust Slot for now, but if it carries on, I will start losing a bit of patience. Not that fickle, nothing like that. But people will lose patience if you're not playing the correct players in the right positions. And I just believe, though, the club will be monitoring it. The time they finally go and spend big money, they won't want to see this team fucking drop out because they could drop out to the top 4. No one is fucking guaranteed anything in the Premier League. If that was the case, Liverpool would have won every game up to now, and they haven't. Do you know what I mean? And there's been games on our defeats where they could have won, but unfortunately it didn't happen. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool had chances to win in every one of them games that we've lost. Make no mistake about it. And I do worry that the shitness is happening when we've got a few tough games coming up. Because again, the worst thing after the United defeat was probably another away game. A home game probably would have been the best thing. Even if it was Frankfurt at home, just get the win, build on it. But now we're fucking going away. We're coming back again. Lack of training and fucking straight back up to London again. Just as that Galatasaray week fell in. And that's what I said to you boys, both to you. Before that international break, we needed an home game. So he's just fell right back into the trap. And I'll be honest, you know, I'm unsure really when I expect to see a good win. And I don't think people now will be expecting any late winners type of shit. They want to start seeing performances and players playing above 7 out of 10. I'm looking at a lot of our players and they're playing below 7 out of 10. And, you know, yesterday, them players didn't want that for me. And I know we had chances. I get that. I 100% do. But for me, that's not good enough. That's the worst Liverpool performance I've taught against Man United. It was shite, by the way. But this has been coming. The shit managers seem to be getting results against us, and it's doing my head in. That Amorim, fucking, he should have won last year. Do you know what I mean? The difference between last year and this year is, yes, he's tinkered a bit more this year, but we weren't playing proper attractive football at times last year. Do you know what I mean? It was calm, controlled, and I got it. We were a bit gung-go at times under Jürgen, and that's, you know, that's where we saw the burnouts towards the end of the season. The difference is this year is he had someone fucking banging left, right, and centre last year. What was it for Salah? 46 goals and assists. So you're seeing the difference. If Salah was fucking scored 4 extra goals yesterday, you'd be like, fuck it, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Move on. We've got the points on. We go. But it's not, and it's, you know, it's showing him up a bit this year. And I do think when I watched him after that game when he was walking around the pitch, looked a bit lost, Arnie Schloss. First time I've seen him a bit flustered in the face. And I know we had a fucking bronze fucking suntan. But now it's time to start acting serious. Do you want to be fucking manager Liverpool? Because Liverpool don't need just anyone being there. You've got to be the right man and fucking stand up. And this is the time where he's going to get judged, Adam. I don't care what anyone says. They will not just sit there, FSG and Edwards and Hughes, after spending all that dough, let Liverpool slip down the fucking table. Because you all know Liverpool speculated to accumulate this year. They invested heavily because they thought we'll get the rewards from the big honours. Liverpool think they're not going to get the big honours. That means they know the following year they're going to come into a loss in finances. And if that's the case, bang, he'll be took out of the driving seat. And that's how I think it. And I want to bring you in on this, because the reason why I say that is, you know, they are money men. They're businessmen, smart businessmen. If they think they're losing money, that's when the job's over for him.
Yeah, of course, definitely. It's all about an image, isn't it, as well? At the end of the day, they've spent, you know, the way they look at it is this summer they've broken the bank. The rep twice.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, you know, and that needs to have, like, there's no way they would have been happy with Florian Wirtz on the bench yesterday against Man United. Yeah, there's no way. But just going back to Adam's thing about moving forward now,
carry on talking.
Yeah, the issue that he's got now is like what Ben said. He's got to play a strong team, yeah. But the problem is he's not going to do it, and he might name a team now that, you know, he might put Gomez in there, or, you know, a Chiesa and whoever, and we might win that game comfortably. And then on the Saturday, he's going to play the team that's been fucking shit for the last 3 games. That's why I agree with Ben. I think he needs to go now strong from this game against Frankfurt, so it carries on a momentum into the Brentford game, because it ain't worth changing your team on Wednesday, go and get a win, and then on a Saturday away at Brentford, you're going back to the same shite that's been playing for the last 3 or 4 games, Adam. It's not worth doing that. So for Wednesday night, mate, I'm going full blown, but without Mo. Yeah, I'm not playing Mo. I'm resting Mo. I'm taking him out of the spotlight a little bit. My team is basically, I've gone with, you know, Marmite Dashvili. I've gone.
What do you used to call him, Andy?
I don't know how to pronounce the cunt's name, mate. I just call him Marmite Dashvili. Some fucking Piccalilli or some shit like that. I'm going him. I'm going Frimpong. I'm even going to give Gomez a shout. I'm going to give Gomez a shout because you know,
centre half or
centre half with Verge, and I'm going to start Robbo and give Turkes a bit of a rest. Yeah. And then my midfield. This is where I want it to be proper, strong. I want to, with what's available. Grav is obviously carrying a bit of a knock.
He's not going to play him,
and he won't risk him. So I would go with Jones, Dominic Szoboszlai in the midfield, because for the energy, and I'd go with Wirtz in the 10, and then my front 3 would be Isak, Hugo Ekitike, and Federico Chiesa.
I fucking agree with that front line. Do you know what? Any other time if we'd have beat United, I would have said, nah, don't worry about it. You know, can go strong but not as strong. He needs to get some fucking rhythm in them players, doesn't he?
100%.
I'm sure you'll all agree. He cannot afford to have a stinker midweek, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that's the team.
I agree. I agree with the team as well.
Yeah.
Like the midfield thing, sorry Ben, the midfield is important for me because if Grav's out, Dom can play as a deep. Stop getting Dom to run around like a fucking headless chicken, mate, because he's not doing anything. Yesterday he played him in that role. He might as well have had 10 men on the pitch. He's done nothing.
Yeah.
And even when he puts him at right back, why are you putting him at right back? He's doing nothing there. He's actually exposing us even more because he wants to get forward.
He's got a clue how to be a right back.
So just give him the role. Give him the role with Curtis Jones, who I think plays the deep line midfielder really well. Curtis. Yeah. Just give him and Jones as deep line players, so they can cover their fullbacks and play Verts in the 10. We're playing against a team, by the way, that's conceded 18 fucking goals in 5 matches. There's no fucking excuses. We need to go out and beat these, and we need to go and beat them with the players, the majority of the players that are going to start on Saturday. Because like I said to Adam, Ben, when you just went off, it ain't worth changing your team on Wednesday to then revert back to the shite team that's been lost, that's losing the last 4 games of the season. You need to play a team that's going to get rhythm and momentum. So you play the majority of the players on Wednesday that are going to play on Saturday against Brentford.
Do you agree with this comment, Adam? I want you to have this one.
I'm not even going to comment. Okay, now, Stu, I'm not having it, lad. Respect the comment, but no, not having it, mate. He's been brilliant. He's been brilliant, mate. He's been coming on. He should have fucking started as well yesterday.
Should have started, and he looked like the only player who gave a fuck at the end, didn't he? Adam, you mentioned that yesterday.
Yeah, he was stood at the middle of the fucking pitch, just looking around the stands, just shaking his head, while everyone's sucking up to the fans, giving him a little clap. I don't want to clap, mate. I don't want you to clap me. You were shite.
United at Anfield.
And at one point, he was giving Virgil shit as well at the end. So, put it that way, he cares. He cares.
Yeah. Listen, I'm with Adam on this. I was at the start of Curtis's career.
Yeah.
I was never a massive fan because I didn't rate him as a football player. I think he's a fucking extraordinary footballer. I think he's got a great first touch. He's got great passing.
Keeping hold of the ball, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I know that's a pun, but I mean,
that's
how to get the ball off him, innit?
Well, that's what I used to get on my tits with Curtis. Was that I felt he held on to it too long, which too many players came onto him. But over the last few years, he's definitely become more of a team player. And you always
that's the difference.
Yeah, you always know when Curtis is playing, man. I'm not having anyone saying that Curtis is a shit footballer. There's no chance.
Watch some of the highlights as well, and as well at the end, he was part of all the attacks we had yesterday.
All the good stuff. Him and Florian Wirtz.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Him and Florian Wirtz. See, what people don't get is they think that Florian Wirtz is a little sideshow. Yeah, Florian Wirtz presses the ball. He's a different 10.
Yeah. He's underestimating him, Arnie Schloss, isn't he? And
he is. And Curtis Jones is the same. Really, he's actually good at getting back at players, making tackles. Don't get me wrong; they're not your fucking traditional Stevie Gerrard. I'm going to hammer you.
No one fucking is the whole lot, are they?
Exactly, but when Curtis Jones and Florian Wirtz came on yesterday, we were a completely different animal in terms of going forward. We were exposing United much more than what we did in the first half because, all right, we still left a little bit of space behind, but that's because we were going for the goal. But I just think they
go for the jugular, though, innit? You leave yourself exposed. It is what it is.
Yeah, I just think them two players give us a little bit of a bit more of a flow.
Bit of an edge as well.
In attack.
Curtis won't fucking shy away from anyone, I don't think. Yeah. You see that in the derby at Goodison.
Yeah, I'm not having it anymore about Curtis. Curtis is an important part of the team for me. I think he should be playing in the team at the moment, the majority of games, because Maka's playing like a complete twat.
Yeah.
But he looked like fucking Buzz Lightyear yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he had a fucking black condom on his head, didn't he? But
Looked like a fucking swimmer, didn't he?
Yeah, at the end of the day, though, I still do feel sorry for players like Maka because
I do.
he's been asked to do something that he wasn't used to last year, especially. So, you know, even if Maka does start, and even if he does start them players, boys, he has to go back to the deep lying midfielders because
otherwise he's fucked this year.
He's got to do it, man. He's got to stop playing. I mean, Gravenberch, when he came out and said after the derby, Arne's given me a new role in the team. I was thinking, hold on a minute. If you've got a fucking new role, who the fuck is the number 6, mate?
Non-existent now, isn't it? And he's just grassed the manager up there, and that's the worst fucking thing he did.
Terrible, man. I don't know.
Yeah, look, it is what it is, isn't it? What can we do? We've got to improve, and we will. We're going to do you know what? So we'll wrap it up here, because we've had a good hour. I know you've probably got dinners to have and fucking all that. But look, at the end of the day, it's not good enough. I mean, it's sorted out. Simple. We're Liverpool Football Club, 4 in a row of shitness is not good enough. And I'll tell you what, he doesn't want to be going into Brentford, put it that way, off the back of 5 fucking defeats. Because if he does that, there will be some serious questions. It is what it is.
We will lose. If we lose on Wednesday, we're losing on Saturday.
We will, yeah. I agree with that, Ant. And I hate saying that. You know, me and you battle. We all battle. All 3 of us fucking argue together. And at the end of the day. But ultimately, fans will start questioning them. And ultimately, the ownership will, because they'll be like, what the fuck? If you spend all that dough, and I know I keep mentioning it, but ultimately, he's mentioned it a few times, the manager as well. So he's wanted people to fucking think, you know, a bit of time is possibly needed with the money, and rightfully so. However, he's not even fucking putting the fucking right teams out. So he is, you know, criticism is fair, as it is when you praise everyone. Do you know what I mean? So, but look, we'll do a build-up show. What day is it today? It's fucking Monday. Yeah, my head fried because of them bastards yesterday. But yeah, look, we'll wrap it up. Thank you very much, boys, for coming on. If anyone in the chat, if you haven't already, smash the like, subscribe. If you want to follow us all on Twitter, mine and Adam's names are up there, but I'll put all the Twitter handles in the bio. So if you want to get in touch with Andy on Twitter or anything, you know, you can find him on there. But look,
leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yeah, fuck off.
Bastard. If you want to get called at CUNT, then go that one.
Yeah. If you want a heated debate, go to Andy on Twitter. I'm always on them. Yeah, we'll wrap it up. We'll see you tomorrow up the fucking Reds. Try and keep the faith. On we go to fucking Wednesday.